If you don't know, buddy cop was a pretty popular genre in the 90s to the mid-2000s, along with Frosted Tips, boy bands with frosted tips, and your parents not being divorced with frosted tips. The genre typically features two cops with yin and yang personalities teaming up to stop whatever vaguely European or Asian guy was causing trouble that week. Buddy cop refers to movies like Rush Hour, Men in Black, Osmosis Jones, and of course, Bad Boys. There's been a pretty major drought for these kind of movies over the past decade. Maybe people are just getting sick of the genre, or maybe they ran out of crazy cop combinations like white guy and dog. Or maybe public opinion have turned on cops in general. Getting dangerously close to a political opinion. I need to get the out of here. But Bad Boys seems to have single-handedly brought that genre back from the dead. And it turns out all you needed to do was... Nah, that can't be right. Bad Boys Ride or Die is the fourth movie in the Bad Boys franchise, and it's also the first Bad Boys movie after Will Smith slapped the shit out of Chris Rock. Yeah, a lot of people haven't forgiven Will Smith for that. Just take a look at any YouTube video involving him, even today. Oof, that dislike ratio. I've even heard some people say they weren't gonna watch this movie because of that. So we're here to ask the question, does this movie slap? If it's anything like the last movie, then whoo boy, things are not looking good. Whoa, wait, Will Smith, come on, man. I was just kidding, it was a joke, man. Come on, please, wait. Okay, so what is this movie actually about? Alright, well, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are busy aging into dust, and the late Captain Howard is now being framed for police corruption and making deals with the cartel and Agent Smith. God damn you, Cypher! The Bad Boys know this isn't true, so they set out to clear his name, and in doing so, make themselves wanted fugitives from their own police force. That's like the basic gist of the core main plot. I'm saying it that way because there's a lot of weird B plots happening at the same time. Will Smith getting married to a woman the audience has never seen before, replacing the love interest from the last movie, as is tradition. Martin Lawrence has a near-death experience and it changes him to a super confident adrenaline junkie who thinks he can't die. Will Smith has panic attacks now? Gunning for that Gen Z relatability I see. If they were really going down that route, they should have gone all the way with it. I'm getting bored here, dog. I need all five of my senses occupied at all times or the voices will come back. There are so many other little plot lines going on, it feels like there's almost two different movies happening at once, you know? But let's talk about the actual buddy cops in this buddy cop movie, The Bad Boys. Trademark. Copyright.
Badass seal of approval.
When these two are together, that's when the movie's sense of humor really shines. In fact, it's the only time it shines. Yeah, this movie isn't super duper funny like the first two were. If Will Smith and Martin Lawrence weren't directly speaking to each other, it was mostly played as a serious action movie. I'm not gonna pretend to be the arbiter of comedy or something, although I do have my moments of comedy gold. Women be shopping. Whoa, Will Smith, come on, man, please, It feels like this movie leans on its two leads for all of the comedy, where at least the first two movies had funny characters outside of the Bad Boys, like Police Captain Howard and the kind of racist Spanish cops. Okay, so how was the action in this movie? Honestly, it's pretty f***ing great. The cinematography is an order of magnitude better than the last movie. I found myself saying,
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Almost every time an action scene took place, and it all comes from the camera work. A lot of the time, when there's a shootout, the camera will almost take flight across the battlefield and do wide sweeping motions and spin and turn to show everyone fighting all at once. It's a really cool effect. There's another part where the camera is like locked onto the gun, and as the gun gets passed back and forth, the camera follows, leading to a first-person shooter perspective. It's like we're in a video game, wow! The movie is jam-packed with impressive shots like that. Honestly, more filmmakers should aspire to be like this. I know I do. Jaro. What you doing? Why you sleeping, Jaro? We gotta film a movie, stop watching Bluey! Jaro! Get over here, Jaro! Get over here! Get back here! Speaking of action, it's so strange that it's actually Martin Lawrence leading the charge on most of the fight scenes. I mentioned before how Will Smith now has panic attacks, and unfortunately that also means that he locks up and freezes when shit is going down. Meanwhile, old, fat, and frumpy ass Martin Lawrence is the one jumping onto a speeding car. I don't know, maybe they were going for like a realism thing where the main characters are aging and no longer their prime, but like, why am I watching an action movie at that point? Why else am I here if not to see the shooty bangs? Give me some ding-dang explosions, man. The voices are so loud. Please make them stop. Can't help but compare these newer Bad Boy movies to the first two directed by Michael Bay. Those movies had a style I feel is missing right now. Sure, the lows were low, but the highs were so high in those movies. The bad boys bickered and spouted one-liners even while in mortal danger, and everyone in the cast was super hot from the men to the women. Vaguely European villains with hoorah American good guys, and the action went completely balls to the walls with car chases and explosions. It feels like there was more edge there, you know? The newer Bad Boys movies had those edges sanded down to appeal to a wider audience, and I feel like it loses some of the magic that made those movies so special. That being said, The Bad Boys Ride or Die is a way better movie than the last movie. Bad Boys 3 wasn't bad per se, it was just so safe and bland and forgettable. This movie fixes a lot of those problems by trimming the fat and only focusing on stuff that mostly works. Although I could have used more dumb one-liners and comedy from people that weren't Will Smith or Martin Lawrence. All in all, I really like Bad Boys Ride or Die. It definitely feels like a step in the right direction for the franchise, and it's a big step in reviving the buddy cop genre. Rush Hour 4, Rush Hour 4, Rush Hour 4, please, 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 please. I definitely recommend catching it in theaters if you're a big fan of these movies, especially since there's a big payoff for people that love Reggie from the previous films. If you aren't a huge fan, then watch it when it comes out on streaming or an airplane or something. I don't know, I'm not your dad. But what do you guys think? Let me know what some of your favorite buddy cop movies are in the comments down below.
Zorro, tell the people the video's over, Zorro, and they should like, comment, and subscribe if they want to see more videos like this one. Bye-bye. At least say the channel catchphrase. I have to work on it.
Have a rotten day.